Uncensored Radio Real Talk Roundtable. Real life, real laughs, real talk.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
No, live, and it's a roundtable that's live, and it's just a lot of stuff going on today. I just don't know what's happening. I've got a lot of feelings about just everything, and I love that my phone's not on silent too. What a professional!
Nice
What a
I gotta make some money
professional!
Mine's always on
I'm
silent.
silent too now.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
some of us are better at the job than others. It's okay. we can deal with that. But welcome. It's been a little hot minute since we've gathered round the round table, but I thought it was time. It's time to talk the talk and walk the walk and do all the things because, everyone needs a de-stress now and then. I think that was the whole reason that we came up with the round table in the first place. It was to, get everyone's points of view together about what's
we're shy about
happening.
our points of view.
Well, we are, but it's usually about celebrities and current affairs and politics. This is about the real life stuff where you can, we can share our points of view, we can share our stories. So you go, oh, I'm not alone. They're with us. And we're going to talk today about one of the biggest days of some people's lives. We're going to talk some wedding woes today and share some stories that have come from the bowels of Reddit, because sometimes that's where the best things come from to add, to spark some conversation. So are we ready to jump in, ladies? Oh, sorry, I should say we've got Christina with us here. Look, in her law offices, she's ready to go. Yeah. And I have the lovely Vera with me as well. So look, we are
little wind blown.
Christina's the married professional. Vera and I have been to a lot of weddings.
Yeah. Always the bridesmaid.
Always the bridesmaid. All right, are we ready for this first one? It's a bit of a doozy because it crosses a couple of different lines. We good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, here we go.
Drop the load.
All right. So, am I the asshole for calling my wife insecure and selfish on our wedding day? The plot thickens.
Gonna need more.
I, a 28-year-old male, and my wife, a 26-year-old female, got married last Wednesday, and the ceremony was amazing. My wife was very strict on the fact that no guest was allowed to wear white, which is understandable because for females, that's considered rude or bad luck at weddings, I think. Reception was going well too, until I noticed my wife walking over to the bathroom with her face held in her hands. Obviously, I could tell my wife was upset as we'd been together for 3 years, but now I can tell, but I can tell you that she was really upset. I rushed across the room, telling guests 1 minute as I hurried by them. Once I got to the bathroom, I knocked on the door and informed my wife it was me at the door. Okay, right here. Don't know why I need to write that down. After a few minutes, I heard the door unlock and open when I saw my wife sitting on the floor with mascara running down her cheek. I asked what was wrong. She told me that one of our nephews was wearing white jeans and a white bow tie. I immediately thought to myself how she was completely overreacting because he's a 6-year-old child and he had no idea what he can't wear to a wedding. I told her she was overreacting, but in a much nicer way. I said she should go and enjoy reception, forget about the whole thing. She eventually texted her sister to come to the bathroom and fix her makeup so she could go back and have a good night. After a while, I saw her talking to my sister, the mum of our nephew, and I thought she was just making conversation. About an hour later, my sister pulled me aside and berated me for my wife's behavior. She said my wife had asked her and her son to leave unless she had a change of clothes for him. This was far from okay to me. So I asked my wife to talk and to explain everything. My sister told me. My wife said she was completely right, in the right to ask for what she'd asked for, and told her that she kicks my family. And I told her if she kicks my family out, then I will happily leave too. My wife started crying again and saying this is her day and she doesn't want it to be ruined by our nephew. This angered me because I'd had enough of her ruining our day over something silly. I then said she was not only selfish, but she was insanely insecure if she was worried about a 6-year-old looking better than her. My wife's been staying with her mother since the wedding, and we haven't spoken once. Her mum reached out to me this morning and said I need to apologize right away for being out of line. I really don't believe I'm in the wrong here. What do you think? Am I the asshole? Wow. I've heard of Brian
He may
Gillen.
have dodged a bullet.
Yeah, in some sense, yeah.
That's next level insane, right?
Yeah.
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 It's not like the kid was in a suit or anything. He's wearing white jeans and a white bow tie.
Well, I do question the motivation of the sister.
Yeah.
Really?
Because well, just a little bit, not a lot. If the bride was being so militant about nobody wearing white, why did she put the child in white? Though, yes, it's a child. It's a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old's not going to steal your thunder. Get over it. Come on, be a grown-up. Put on the big girl panties. I got zero sympathy for the wife, but I do question the motivation of the sister.
I just, I don't know. I'm not a parent, and I know that, doing these kind of days is ultra stressful as a parent anyway, because you've got to worry about you, but you've also got to worry about your kid, what they're wearing, how they're going to behave, etc., etc. Sometimes, and I don't think anyone's that fucking insane that they write on their wedding invitation, "Do not wear white."
No, never.
I think there could have been honestly "Oh, you're going to a wedding, just put on these pants." I don't know that it's a calculated attack against the bride.
Well, he does say at the beginning that his wife was militant about it, so I'm assuming she was making it known that she did not expect anybody else besides her to wear white.
Yeah.
So I'm taking him at his word. I'm thinking she's been telling people that from the word go.
All right, Vera.
But in that sense, I would assume it's women. That I wouldn't want another woman wearing white. If a child is wearing white, what does it matter? Your flower girl's wearing white, right? Did she have a flower girl? I had 3 flower girls, and they were all wearing white dresses. I could give a shit less. But actually, my younger cousin showed up in a white skirt and one of those puffy white skirts and a silver top. I didn't give a shit. I thought she looked like a hooch, but she was still there, and I didn't say anything to her. She looked like a hua. I'm telling you, a straight up whore. It was awful. Just, but yeah.
I got no sympathy for this bride.
She's fucking insane.
Immature and ridiculous. What difference does it make that a 6-year-old wore white? Period.
First of all, I bought my dress on my wedding day, so fuck her. For being that dramatic over a 6-year-old, your nephew wearing white. I guess that that's probably why she broke down, probably because her and the sister-in-law have something, and the sister-in-law might have been malicious about it. But I also don't like the fact that this husband is telling her that, she's insecure. That I feel like he went a little too far, with his insults and degrading.
I think
you just got married.
The big overreaction is asking them to leave if they don't have a change of clothes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I agree.
Just don't go near them. What kind of world are people living in?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
You have to leave this wedding unless you have a change of clothes. Well, they probably would if it's a 6-year-old. They probably would have a change of clothes. Let's be
pajamas,
no,
maybe.
Why? They're potty trained.
Yeah. Well,
but pajamas to change them into?
Yeah.
For the end of the night,
I don't know.
Because that's what I'm bringing to my sister's wedding for my kid. Because they're going to get picked up early and they're going to get taken out of there and they have to be in their pajamas.
Right,
Again, I think she overreacted. He's not an asshole, but I think he's an asshole for what he said to her afterwards. And just I want him to understand. I don't want him to call her insecure just because she melted down on the most emotional day or one of the most emotional days of her life. I mean, think of all the
This
shit
is
that
true.
she did. Like,
This is
I
true,
have to
but
say, there were a few times where I was like on the verge of tears, but I held it back. Like that little thing, I could see setting off a bride and like her overreacting. But
my
Excellent.
issue is, and I know that this is a little bit going, but for her to call it my day as opposed to our day. I'm like, oh.
I worked as a wedding coordinator when I was in nursing school. That was my part-time gig. It was every weekend. I could do it and still go to nursing school and still pay my mortgage. So I have a lot of experience, and in my opinion, every bride on the planet is a bridezilla. There is this emotional, psychological baggage that's attached to being the bride, being the princess, my day, that just takes over everybody, no matter who they are. The nicest person on earth is capable of being a bridezilla on their wedding day. That being said, I think she melted down unnecessarily over a 6-year.
Right. Right. And I think that isn't that the bridal party's job? So like, all right. So from my experience, I've been a best man once, and I've been to a couple of my really good friends' weddings. I wasn't in the bridal party, but like, these are my friends, so I'm gonna keep an eye out. One of the weddings we went to, the venue staff were absolutely hopeless. Like they were supposed to have all these balloons set out and everything, and it was literally 15 minutes before the ceremony started. They just put some chairs outside.
Oh God!
There's these giant balloons that we had, like that were inside. I'm like, what? Like, oh yeah, those have to go out. And this one girl standing there. I'm like, what are you talking about? So here we are in our formal wear, outside in the heat, in an Aussie summer, running around, throwing these big balloons down, making sure people are sitting. Like we weren't the staff at the wedding. We weren't the wedding. We weren't like the bridal party or anything. But someone had to take control of the situation to make sure that their day wasn't going to be ruined because they're in a car, like coming to the venue. It's someone's responsibility to look after this shit, right? Like, it's someone's responsibility to calm down other people and step them away. Like, even when I was best man for people, for my brother, or this wedding, when you could tell your friends are like, oh, I'm like, oh, she's just going to go sit down for a while because they went and had like photos for 700 hours. These people hadn't eaten shit. My friend was like, oh, I'm like, oh, she's going to pass the fuck out. We're like, all right, she's just going to sit down for a while. And like, we basically ripped her away from the whole family and just sat her down. So she's like, oh, this is the first time I've sat down in 5 hours. It's like, what? It's like, I get that it is, it's a tough, I as I've always said, it's a party for other people. I don't get why you put this much pressure on yourself. But, that's what you want to do. More power. But I don't know that this is... I don't know that this is worth... Yeah, I'm totally jealous. Brides... Look, control issues, I would probably be a bridezilla. Look, let's be there. But it'd be organised, so it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't get to the venue.
After
I have to
2.5 years of being a wedding coordinator, I have little romantic attachment.
It killed your romance phone.
Near zilch.
I do have to say, my sister's not a bridezilla, but Tim is.
Yes, well, Tim's made it known. Tim's made it known that he was, he's wearing what he wants to do. He's doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, you think I'm kidding? I'm dead fucking serious.
I think that's a bit refreshing. Because I feel like a lot of the time the grooms just kowtow to whatever the bride wants, and you spend all this money and you do all this stuff, and like they're just like, I just came. I know, but it's nice to see that. That's what I'm saying.
Everything.
But
Joe was there for the DJ.
Yeah. It's nice to see that someone like Tim cares about the wedding. Like, he cares so much about his wedding that he's like, no, this is the way I want to do it. That's so cool. I think that's really cool. So
He's
I would be
really
like,
into it.
yes, you do that,
Do
boy. You do whatever you want. Tim has my support.
But it's driving me
all the way
crazy.
Yeah, well, you just don't take any of the kids in. I don't know, what are they wearing? Just make sure, the color scheme is
Oh my god,
okay.
I know, right? No, my
Make
kid
sure
isn't in it. My kid isn't in it. So she can wear whatever.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to the wedding, so you've got to make sure
Yeah.
the color schemes. Yeah.
Well, JoJo is the ring bearer, and
Oh,
Roro's just like handing out the bubbles or whatever. But I mean,
Bubble
she's still
Queen.
gonna
That's
be
that's
regardless.
that's important.
I
That's
should just buy
important.
her a white dress. I'm gonna buy her a white dress.
Yeah,
What's
just go.
she supposed to wear?
I'm sure you've seen your sister's dress.
Whatever
You
my
can,
sister, like whatever we want. Like really, the bridesmaids are in like a lilac, and then like my sister's daughters are in like a darker purple, like a plum. So I was
Yeah.
kind of like gonna try and be spiteful and just put my daughter in the lilac so that she matches me.
No, just put her in like a bright, like purple grape, and she's like,
Yeah, like a really bright purple,
like really bright,
neon, like neon
grape
purple.
color. Hi there.
Yeah.
It's me.
I
I'm
still
the
want my
bubble
family
girl.
pictures to look okay, but yeah.
I'm the bubble girl. Hello.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
sure,
all the
but-
attention.
Because they're not
Yeah.
allowed to throw rose petals anymore.
No,
Really?
because it
Yeah.
it has to be fake rose petals or
Wait,
like
why?
wildflowers, because they
Why?
dye. It dyes the thing that they lay down
Floor.
on the floor,
Yeah.
Oh.
and people could slip. It's so stupid.
What
don't
can
throw
you
petals.
Use rice anymore because it
Yeah, 'cause
No.
like pigeons explode.
Kills the bird.
Pigeons explode.
Whole bunch of rules about what you can and can't do in churches.
Can we throw rocks?
I had cones full
No.
of wildflowers that they were able to throw. That was
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
But, yeah.
Oh, mate, my
One of
father.
the
Wow,
weddings I did, they had
Yeah, go
bought
V.
live butterflies to release.
Oh
Butterflies
no!
were all dead when they opened them.
Oh no!
That's
never-
amazing. That's
I wanted
amazing.
to do balloons, but my church wouldn't let
But
me.
you can't do balloons. You can't do balloons
Can't do
now either
balloons
because they
they'll pop in
kill.
the air and birds will choke on the remnants of the rubber.
Well, yeah, it was like, oh, they're not eco-friendly. Like, I'm like, what if
Yeah.
I get like seed balloons, whatever the fuck they're called? And they're like, no. I'm like, damn. But yeah,
I've told this story before, but I remember before my oldest brother's wedding. The mission was roses, yes, roses, rose petals, roses. This was in a church, but this was a long time ago, more than 20 years ago. And I remember like we can't afford all these roses, so me, my mother, and my father went to the local park. Went to the local park.
Oh no!
They have this beautiful rose garden, huge, beautiful rose garden at the dead of night with garbage bags, huge garbage bags and clippers, and we're like, run!
Oh my god!
Beheading all of these roses.
You do that
But,
nowadays. You'd be
stunning. It was
That is
stunning.
so
They would have loved having all of those roses. But I will go the extra mile for other people's weddings. I'll always be like, get out of the way.
Yeah, right.
One of my friends got married in the country, and one of the biggest like heart palpitation moments was she had to walk from one building down to where the ceremony was, and it was like a Bluetooth speaker. And when it first started, we couldn't get it wouldn't match up, it wouldn't sync up, and we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And she's standing up there, I'm like, oh god, and I'm like, no! And then just mashed all these buttons and it started playing. And me and my other friend's husband will stand and look at each other going, is there enough time? Because we started it like they timed it exactly. So that, like by the end of the song, they were there, and literally at the end of the song, they put their foot on the mat. Just, I was like,
wow.
Oh my god.
So that's high pressure. And I was just a guest.
Yeah, right?
I was just a guest. I'm like, it seems to always be me though. And I went to my former bandmate's wedding as well. It was all these outdoor weddings. All these outdoor weddings have problems. And the celebrant didn't know how to work her own PA system.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like yelling at me. She goes, "That doesn't work." I'm like, "Bitch, I don't work here." Like, I'm like standing behind this tree going, like jamming things in places. I'm like, "I don't work for you."
I had a celebrant pull me aside before the wedding and inform me that I needed to put 4 cups of tepid water at the altar for her consumption throughout the ceremony.
Wow.
4 cups. How long was the ceremony?
15 minutes.
Oh, she had piss her pants.
Yeah, really.
I think she only took 1 sip out of each cup and put it down.
So my sister is
and
doing
it
like
tepid.
that. I don't get. Like, my sister is doing like 100 things for her ceremony. She has 30 minutes to get it done, and then it's like cocktail hour, right? But she is doing the sand with her daughters and Kim. Then she's doing like the parents like permission, like, or the parents blessing the rings, like where like the parents give their blessing.
Yeah,
exactly. That's how I feel.
Steve.
Then there's like
is it a
something
candle ceremony. Sometimes they have the braided candle, and each family lights a section.
The sand is the like what the candle ceremony would be.
Okay.
Like the unity,
the
like the unity or whatever.
Unity, and
Two family. So then they have the blessing of the rings. Then obviously they have the vows. Then there's something else she told me. She's like, I was like, how long is this fucking ceremony? She goes, 30 minutes. I go, bitch, your fucking minister, whoever the fuck you have burying you, she's not gonna be able to get through all that. It's gonna be like,
where's the fucking pinata? Where's the pasta painting?
Yeah,
Like,
really.
it's not a fucking children's birthday party. Say the vows and step off.
They should have eloped.
Come on,
honestly.
And my other brother had a full-on church wedding. That's what I was best man to. I was sitting there, I'm gonna pass out.
Full mass.
Going forever.
So she can't get married in the church. So she's getting like married at the place, but still, like
short and sweet. I reckon.
My Lord.
Short and sweet. It's just like get it in, get it out, get it done. Like there's because who wants this? Show me one person that enjoys sitting in a church for more than half an hour for any reason.
No.
I got lots of old Italian Catholic relatives who go to mass every day to be closer to the Lord.
Yeah. I don't need it.
I'm like, my God, but
they don't enjoy it. They're not saying it out loud.
Well, that's the whole point. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. But what do we think for this couple? Like, if this is how they're going to start their marriage,
that's what I'm saying. I don't like it.
Goodbye.
Do you reckon it's a cut it off and let it go situation?
Yeah, because
I'm pretty sure, like, she showed her true colors, and he's shown what he's willing to put up with,
and what he thinks of her too. Like, I don't like
even
that.
If
like,
he apologizes and takes full responsibility for this,
it's not a real apology.
Hold it over his head for the rest of their day.
Oh yeah,
of course.
You know,
and her and the sister-in-law are never going to be be the same,
right?
Ever. So
family dynamic is fakatch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless by some miracle she goes, maybe I overreacted, but that's not going to happen if she's staying with her mother.
No. Yeah.
All she's going to get, oh, you're correct. What an evil bitch. That fucking child. You're like
on the floor in the bathroom.
In your wedding dress.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I don't get either. And I know that you kind of just. If I spent that much money on a dress, it wouldn't touch the fucking ground once. This thing is going back in the box at the state that it came out, or I'll fucking murder somebody. Like, and you look at the dresses at the end of the night. It makes I go, oh, no.
Especially the people have like beach weddings. I don't know how they do it. Like, my heart could not take that.
There's like. It's all dirty, and there's like beer and wine and stuff on the bottom of the dress.
Mine did not look like that. Mine did not look like that until I burnt it.
Until I burnt it. Woo! That's another story.
Bad omen.
Bad
You
omen.
know, he may be a smidge of an asshole, but he just needs to cut his losses.
Yeah, get out of it. But you can. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's time to. Yeah. Okay. We ready for the next one?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
this one we're kind of setting before the wedding, but it really matters about the wedding. This is about a woman who spoke about her sister Brooke, who has been with a man called Mark since their freshman year of high school and planning their wedding. The problem is, since I've known Mark since I was a kid, and basically hated him the whole time. I've tried to be polite, particularly now that we're all adults, but I just don't want to go to the wedding of my sister and the guy that she's always put before her family. Oh, as an example, when Brooke and Mark started dating, Brooke went from eating dinner at home with the rest of us every night to going out 2 or 3 times a week with Mark and his friends. This was against our parents' rules and caused a lot of arguments that negatively impacted both me and our younger sister Jenny. Brooke and our parents started fighting basically every night, and it was incredibly disruptive to our home life. My sister went from being my best friend to a stranger, and Mark was the one encouraging it. The woman went on to write about the stress of those experiences causing her to repeat the 4th grade after failing math. That's a fucking reach. I was bullied. I was bullied really badly for that. I stopped going to school looking nice because there was so much tension in the home, and that no one was paying attention to whether or not I had clean clothes. Oh wow. Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
she's
think
too
I
much.
should have gone to the wedding. I don't think I should have to go to the wedding of my sister and this guy that stole her from us. And I'm planning on RSVPing no when the time comes.
No one wants you
Holy
there anyway.
shit.
Get the fuck out.
That
God.
is some next level fucking bullshit.
Sounds a little crazy to me.
That sounds kind of crazier than the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Like,
crazier.
at least there was some kind of rationale. This bitch sounds like she can't get over the fact that her sister has a life.
Right.
It also sounds like the home life was probably messed up before the boyfriend.
I don't think
The
it's
only way to get
your
out
sister's.
of the home.
Yeah, I don't think it's your sister's high school boyfriend's fault that you you didn't go to school with clean clothes on.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what the
That's a
fuck?
fucking reach.
Yeah. Like, why is nobody paying attention to
your
you?
parents' rules?
Yeah.
What kind of
To
rules
go
were they
out to
living under?
dinner?
Yeah.
Like,
As a
they said she
teenager.
couldn't hang out with the boyfriend 3 nights a week? What the fuck? Why not?
But as a teenager,
Are
like,
they Mormon?
I don't
Like,
look.
I'd have to know more.
That'd be a
Like,
very interesting question to figure out if it was a religious thing because it
yeah.
negatively impacted the whole family. It sounds like some fucking what's that reality show where all the kids?
Oh, the
No,
17
not the
Duggars.
Duggars, the other ones. Yeah, that's a real scary one where they all hate the oldest one's wife.
John and Kate
The-
plus 8?
No, it's what is it called? Someone out there will help me.
Grizzlies?
No, they're white. I feel like it's got something to do with Mormonism. Not Mormonism. Other one. They don't believe in technology.
Amish?
Yeah, I think they're like slightly Amish or something because the wife is not of the religion, and they left, and like they hate her. The mother is a royal cunt to her. It's great, and now the parents. But now the parents have split up as well. It's like their whole world's falling apart. It's delicious. It's great. I don't watch the show, but I've seen the trailers. Are like, this is great. And all the kids are like rebelling and stuff. It's like, see, this is what happens when you hold the reins too tightly.
Well,
This is what happens.
I got a couple of
Yeah, people
opinions
rebel.
here.
Yeah, there you go for it.
First of all, it sounds like their family life was fakakta before the boyfriend came along. But
Right.
even if it wasn't, even if everything she says is the God's honest truth, and she hates this, if she really thinks that this guy is bad for her sister and she loves her sister, she needs to be there for her sister in case this marriage goes bad, or her sister's not going to trust her to come to her with any problems.
Right. Agreed.
Can't hear you, Stephen.
Can hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself because I was drinking. Shouldn't she, if she loves her sister that much, shouldn't she be courageous enough, caring enough to have this conversation before now? Because it sounds like she hasn't said anything to her about it. She's just always like simmered in the corner like a little emo, hating the boyfriend.
Right.
If it's a genuine concern and he treats her badly or X, Y, Z, have that conversation before now.
It's hard because family is tough. We were in a similar situation, not with Tim and not my sister, but where a family member had to reach out to another family member before they got married and ask them, "Are you sure that this is what you want to do?" And that person said yes, and they said, "Are you absolutely sure? Because this person is kind of crazy. Like we see it, but you don't. Like, are you sure?"
There you go. But that's the right thing to do, right?
Sure. It's like, okay, and they're still together, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
but it might be an awkward conversation. It might be an awkward conversation to have, but at least someone had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's very different from what I'm reading this as, is that she's never expressed that she hates this guy. She's always been nice to him, and she's just going to stew on it and then go, like, again, to kind of reverse my opinion on the last one, on her sister's big day, like a day where it's supposed to be about her love and she's going to put a negative spin on it just because she doesn't like the guy and's never said anything. That's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
If you are that passionate about it, you should have said something years ago.
And there's no reason for her not to like him, other than what he took her sister away. Isn't that what any guy would do?
It sounds like.
Don't you pour yourself into a relationship anyway? Like I neglect my family.
I think everyone's guilty. But I think everyone's guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of ignoring friends and family, and like you get those, that first couple of months, like.
But it's not like he's beating her, and that's why she doesn't like him. It's like, he took my sister and is my sister. Like, that's what's great. Fuck you. Like that's your own fault. Like
he's also making the wedding about her.
Right.
Yeah. Completely stealing the spotlight from her sister.
Yeah.
Like what's missing in your life that you're so fixated on this, like on him?
Right.
Does she love this guy? Obviously, like, does she like? Is there something? There's something that she's not telling us.
Yeah,
in general, and
something
I refuse. Like, and I don't like a lot of people, but I can be civil. I can be civil and go to a wedding and and do all that kind of stuff. I feel like whatever. Because I'm an adult and it doesn't affect me.
Right.
It's not like any of them are still living under the same house, like in the same house. It sounds like their parents aren't together anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if your first teenage daughter dating is going to cause your other child to go to school and repeat the 4th grade, that is the biggest reach I've ever heard in my life.
I agree.
I could easily blame one of my sister's old boyfriends for like my the fact that I don't like to talk about my monthly friend with like anybody. Like I call it Judy, right? Because I don't like the name of it. I don't like anything. The first day I got my period when I was like 13, her boyfriend found out, or she told her boyfriend, came in the house and goes, "Hey, period girl." Mortified. If she would marry that fucker, I would have said something. Like, then we would have a fucking problem because he ruined my fucking life. But it's Tim, so I'll let it slide. But it wasn't Tim at the time. This asshole says that to me, and I'm like, no, like he's out of the picture. He's dead now. Like,
hey, Lashana.
Welcome. But
he's dead now. He's dead now.
He's dead to me.
That's what he gets for calling you period girl.
Fuck you, right? Like, oh my God.
My baby sister had something similar happen to her, and she's never forgiven. He was a friend. He wasn't a boyfriend, and I brought him into the house, and he made fun of her and I don't even know how he found out. I don't think I told him. but he was an asshole about it. And to this day, my sister can't stand him.
No,
Isn't it fun?
never again.
It's
If I
funny
see him, I won't
how
talk to him.
it's funny how like the smallest infraction when you're in that age group, like not that that's not a big thing, and I get it, like, you know, very hormones everywhere, very sensitive thing.
It was my first time. Like,
but
holy
like,
ship. Like,
some of the smallest things, people. Lashana's in shock. She's like, "Okay, what did I just miss? You need to go back and watch the last 10 minutes."
Oh god.
It's funny that you like what people will fixate on. So I wonder what it was, because it can't just be that she was going out to dinner with the boyfriend. It can't be that simple.
Yeah,
It has to be something else. Why this woman, not child,
yeah,
woman,
I
by the
think
sounds
the
of it.
family life was fucked.
yeah,
And she's
start.
projecting,
And
right?
She is blaming the boyfriend as a convenient scapegoat.
Yeah,
You know, I think that she's being narcissistic and making it about her.
oh yeah,
you know,
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
like, again, don't go to the wedding. You wanna like blow it all up and make it about you. Just stop. Like, you should never wrote the article. You should just kept your fucking mouth shut and just don't go. Like, nobody cares.
Yeah, this is like she sounds like this is typical like middle child syndrome, right? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything.
This is way beyond middle child syndrome. This is like a
but
personality disorder.
Right,
Yeah,
like bordering on something like a little bit, you know, sociopathic. Like, she has issues. She's definitely got abandonment issues, because she's like, well, she ran away. She left us. Like, she moved out with him and ran away and left us here. That's that's some heavy language to use about your sister, who is getting older, moving out of the house, abandoning us. Like, I'm
like, does this other woman not have a boyfriend? Like, did she never get a boyfriend, this other one? Like, again, does she like the husband to be? Like, I just think that she's got like a crush on this guy.
Yeah. What's her story? I want to know what's her love life like.
Yeah.
Does she have one? Does she have a
After
boyfriend,
or is she had to repeat the fourth grade?
She's too obsessed. Yeah, is she too obsessed with the sisters?
That's
like
a freaking stretch for sure.
Is she too obsessed with the sister's husband to worry about anything else? Like, or not even husband, boyfriend. Like, it's just like, I can't get over that. Like, there's reality.
Yeah.
And then there's like something that is bordering on exposing some weird shit. Like, like
the mental. It's like all mental thing. I'm telling you, this is mental health right here.
Yeah, that's not.
That chick.
I think there's definitely something. There's lots of mental health on show. Jeffrey be having a field day. We're having a field day with this one. Mental health. Crazy bitch in number one. Crazy bitch in number two. We're gonna do one more. Okay, this one is a bit interesting because it's coming from someone who is a little bit, maybe should know better, but I like the I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting to wear the ugly mother of the groom outfit my future daughter-in-law picked out? my son, 23, and his fiance, 23. Oh my god, who's getting married? Oh,
so yeah.
I know. I'm getting married in early September. I, 44, was assigned coral as my color, and I picked a fancy Calvin Klein dress in coral. It's called the Starburst dress, and it's a satin type material. She wanted me to try it on the other day, and has now decided it's not motherly enough and wants me to wear this ugly chiffon pantsuit. I told her I'm fine with what I got, and I'm not sure precisely what the issue is with my dress. I offered to wear a shawl if my shoulder's showing is the issue. And she said, no, it's too sexy, period. And I need to look like a mother and dress my age.
Jeez.
I told her she's being ridiculous and I'd rather not go. Now she's all mad at my son. And my son is also upset and trying to mediate. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Oh,
Don't tell me what to wear to the wedding. Fuck you. You're not paying for the dress.
It's okay to give her a color.
Yeah.
It's fine to give her
and
a
I
color.
ran with it. Yep.
And then the rest of it is her choice.
Yeah. You can't put somebody in a pantsuit.
No.
Who's 47? Why can't she look sexy? Yeah, exactly.
No, 44. She's 44. She's
44. Oh my God. Forget it. Yeah, no.
She's
Let her
44.
be,
and ladies, I have a picture of the pantsuit that I'm going to show you.
Oh, I thought you were going to show me the dress. I'm really excited.
No, I'm going to show you that. Well, it just sounds like a satin dress by the sound. Like, you know what I mean? Like a Calvin Klein. It's going to be a nice dress. It's going to be a nice dress.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it, but the pantsuit, oh my God. But have you, like, I think that in general, you don't want to be wearing a lot of the stuff that people pick anyway. I know that I told this story on, I think it was on what had happened was about the suit that I had to wear for my brother's wedding. we got fitted multiple times. Yeah. And still when it came to the actual day of the wedding, my sleeves came to here.
Oh no!
Jeez.
You
I had to stand there holding my jacket down, jacket down. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, to try and look like and it was a white shirt. I don't wear white. This is fat people don't wear white because I look like we look like marshmallows. That's generally, what it is. Fat people don't wear white, and I had to wear white, and I was just like not living my best life in the first place, like. So I was comfortable with the black jacket, and I'm like, oh God. Yeah, it turns out not so much because the jacket didn't fucking fit. So, like, I get the uncomfortableness of having to wear something that you don't want to wear, but this is next level. Like, this woman is an adult. What does it matter that she's wearing a dress and like, for one woman, especially a 23-year-old woman, to tell a 44-year-old woman what a mother should look like and what's appropriate to wear. This kid could go fuck herself. I would be like, you're not marrying her anyway because she's a whore. I'd be blowing up. I'd be outraged, and I don't think she's the asshole. I'd be like, this slut, man, she's gonna get a fucking kneecapping. Like, I feel like who does that?
All these situations are perfect because, like, we just went through this. Like, we all went shopping for my mom. Yeah, like, for my mom's outfit for my sister's wedding, right? So she's mother of the bride, though, so I get it. It's different. Yeah. And she's not 44. So, but she tried on, no shitting you, man, over 50 fucking dresses that day. Like, it was a long fucking day. There was one dress. Actually, I'm sorry, there was two dresses. One that looked exactly like the one that she wore for my wedding, and I loved it, but she said it looked like the one I wore for your wedding, so she didn't want to get it, right? Then there was another dress, this beautiful black, beaded, gorgeous, like V-neck spaghetti strap. It had a slit, like a nice slit, okay? Sexy as fuck. And she looked great in it, okay? My sister loved it. Everybody loved it. My mom says no, because it was too sexy. Too sexy for mother of the bride. I go, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. First of all, it's my sister's second wedding. Who gives a fuck? And if you got it, flaunt it. Like, why not? Like, why not? These pictures are going to be around forever. Wouldn't you want to feel good in them? I hate the dress that I got for my sister's wedding. I wish I was in a nicer one, and I'm not. I'm going to fucking hate these pictures. I know for a fact they will. But if my mom got that dress that she felt more confident in, I feel like she would be happier than what she picked because she didn't pick that dress.
And also, it's the It's the mother of the groom. Does that really matter?
Yeah, no one even looks at you. No, they do one dance and that's it. Like, you're up on the stage for maybe 3 minutes. Are you ready? And that's it.
I have both. Yeah. I have both outfits. Are
Ooh,
you ready?
Okay, good. Yeah.
This is the dress that the mother chose.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
That's not too sexy.
Not at all.
No. Are you ready to see the pantsuit?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's what my grandma wore to my sister's wedding.
This is what the bride wants her to wear.
Oh good no. God, no.
That is what my 80-year-old grandma wore to the wedding. Yeah, it's like my 80-year-old grandma wore that to my sister's first wedding. There's no way that a 44-year-old woman should be wearing that. No.
I'm 60 and I can wear that thing.
No, that is a grandma outfit through and through.
There's nothing wrong with that first dress. There's no boobs out. There's no leg.
No,
it comes to the knee. Your high neck comes to the knee.
A shiny halter.
That's
I was expecting like Tits McGee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, if she did put a shawl, it would look nice too. Like, why not wear a shawl or pashmina? You know, like, do it up. Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
That's again. This is some serious fucking
bridezilla
what has happened in your household bullshit.
Yeah, right. Entitlement.
How dare this literal because she's only 23 child tell a grown woman, the mother of the person you're going to get married to that you say you love, that she's too sexy and that she doesn't dress like a mother. That's so offensive.
Oh,
that is so offensive. I would fucking slap her.
I want to know what
she would make it to the wedding.
Mom is wearing.
Yeah, what's your mother wearing? It sounds like a kilt. Like
exactly.
Like kind of.
Like I've got to give it to my sister-in-law and her family, right? So, and I have told this story before on one of the shows. I can't remember what it was. So, my sister-in-law's mother used to be a nun, right? So, I am the gay brother, right? The gay brother, who was also best man and emceed the wedding. Now they did things completely differently. Usually it's the bridal party that sits at the table, right?
Yeah.
No, not this one. Bride and groom, best man, maid of honor, her sister, my brother, and her sister, and our partners.
Oh no.
Oh, I was like, I'm in the zoo.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend at the time. So it was fine. We were like, oh, God, it was a lot. Everyone had a great night. Everyone had a great night, but I was like, that's really progressive.
Yeah.
For them to go, this is who we choose to stand beside us, and this is who they choose. And that makes that's all part of our life and how we choose to celebrate our life and the people that love us and all. Right. I think that was really, really cool of them.
That is.
It was weird. It was a very weird moment because it was kind of came out of left field. I was like, we got to the venue. I was like, I don't remember having this conversation. I know that we were invited. Like I was like, oh, and my ex is like, I'm like, yeah, this is happening. And we're like, oh, smile.
Yeah.
So I got really wasted. It was a good time though.
That's all you gotta
do. It ended up being a good time. Everyone had a good night. I had everyone singing karaoke. I made everyone cry. It was good. I was working that room. But
shit, I heard a speech.
Guru. You gotta see. That's the pressure that the people around you have to face. I love the bride and groom is like, thank you for coming. Yeah. Thanks. I love my parents.
We love and appreciate all of you.
Yeah. It's like, shut up. Put on the macaroni. But this, I feel like we've found 3 really good examples of people overstepping their bounds in huge ways. Like, I get, as I said, I get your special day, but you are not one person. The whole idea of a wedding is unity.
Yeah.
Bringing two families together.
And not just two people, two families together. Not just you and your husband or your wife or your chosen partner, but each group of people creating a new community. You know, that's the idea, creating a community that will encourage you and foster you and help you grow and learn and love and all that kind of stuff. And you're going to start off by going, that kid is wearing white jeans. You can't come. I hate my sister's fiance because he took her away
at 4th grade.
Yeah, because I failed 4th grade math.
Yeah.
This bitch, I am with the mother. I would turn up in that dress. I would turn up in worse than that dress. I would turn up in a 2-piece.
They have all proven my theory that every bride is a bridezilla.
Right. I know we should have found some. Well, the groom's questionable in the first one too, right? Whether his actions were, you know, maybe we need to do a second part to this show and find some groom stories to even up the. We might even have one by the time we do the second part. Tim might be able to come on in there. Well, let me tell you why.
I'm sure he will.
An eye on our TV and make sure we'll.
I have heard of a groom getting caught with a bridesmaid at a wedding.
Ooh.
That's not unusual, is it? That's not.
Yeah.
Why? What is in people's psychology that they want to do these big risky things at their
the day?
You shouldn't be here. Like, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bachelor party, bachelorette parties. Yeah, people get crazy. People get turned up on substances, and they have liquid courage or chemical courage, and they have their last minute. You know, but the day of your wedding, that's fucking intense, man. That's cojones this big, go.
That's insensitive.
You shouldn't be getting married. Like, if you're asleep with someone else, or try and hook up with someone else at the wedding
for the thrill at that point. You're really just testing your limits.
I mean, how well do you not know your partner if they're having an affair up until the point of your wedding day?
And how much do you not care about their happiness?
Right. So why would you do it? Either way, save yourself. Save yourself the money. Go on a holiday.
Right?
God, I've said this a lot. Like, at the end of the day, it's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Do you really need a piece of paper to tell you who you love? I don't think so. Yeah. You have a party for everyone else,
right?
Like, you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get some gifts. Let's not depending on depending on your religion / whatnot. Some people get some money.
Married by Elvis.
I know, right? At least you got a story to tell them.
I know, right?
I was in Vegas and got married.
Yeah.
Interesting. But look, I think that there's a bit more life left in the Wedding Woes. So we may have to do a Wedding Woes part 2 and find some more stories, because for sure there's not just bride stories and mother of the bride. There's got to be some weird ass stuff. Like, there's always one. There's always that one loose cannon family member that does something weird, and you're like, that's me when I get to the reception. I'm like, who is it? Who is it?
Right.
Drinking away. I'm like, who's gonna be the drama?
There was actually one party we had. It wasn't a wedding. It was my cousin's baptism. So it was a christening, all right, for a baby. And the mom of the child has a best friend. The best friend did a dance for the baby.
A dance for the baby?
Yeah, this dance was
Dogsy has one
so provocative and whorish.
So a Pussycat Dolls number for the baby.
Oh yeah. And we still talk about it to this day. My cousin is now 21. it's not something that we've forgotten. And it's like anytime I see this woman, because she is still around, because she is still my cousin's best friend, it's just like, ooh, all right.
It's awkward. We would
awkward.
like to hear that story, Dogsy. If you want to share it, we would like to hear that story. But
I really do.
I do love performance-based things at weddings. It makes it go so wrong when someone decides they can sing.
So uncomfortable. Yeah, like it was just like an uncomfortable feeling. Like,
oh, bitch, who told you? Who told you?
Yeah.
Like I've choreographed a fair few wedding dances in my time, and people always want to do the
lift.
Oh yeah.
The dirty dance. I'm like, do you have amazing core strength?
Right.
They're like, no. I'm like, is your husband able to body press or chest press your weight above your head? Because otherwise you're gonna end up fucking dead.
On top of him.
Fucking dead. Backwards over his shoulders. But I one day one of my colleagues was away and I had to take her wedding couple for their last lesson. This woman had never wore her shoes before.
Oh, bad move.
Oh no.
And she was not a small lady.
Hurting. Ooh.
And decided that she wanted that lift in their dance.
No.
I'm like, oh, do you really think it's wise to like change it at this like? And I'm just like, I had them for half an hour, like just to go through everything. I'm like, do you really think it's a good idea to change everything at this point? I mean, you've practiced. He goes, oh no, it has to be in there. It has to be in there. I'm like, I don't know if she's alive or if he's alive, but these things were like stiletto heels, and she ran at him like a linebacker. I'm like, oh, didn't even get close. Didn't even get close to it. So I gave him an option that was like still lifty, but it's just like, oh. Oh, girl.
No way.
You in danger, girl. You gonna die.
I went to a wedding where the groom's sister wrote an original song for the bride and groom and sang it badly.
Oh,
worse. I love it.
Stuck there.
With this shit eating grin going.
I would have left.
See,
the entire room was like,
I would have been like this.
Yeah, who's gonna stop her? Yeah, like, geez.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah. Right?
I'm that bitch at the wedding. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Where's the drama? Where is it?
Yeah.
I'll smell it out. I'll smell it. Then otherwise, then if it's an open bar, I get too drunk and I can't deal. Oh, I'm the fun one. I'm allowed to be.
Yeah.
In the contract, fun, single, gay, must drink. Gotta do it. So if you have watched us today and you have some wedding woes, why don't you send them to us? Why don't you email us, right? Why don't you send us a little something and like let us know that you would like to talk to us, or hit us up on Facebook. All that kind of stuff. Where's the Facebook thing? Here, talk to us. My Uncensored Radio. You know, live UCR on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok. My Uncensored Radio. Submit to us your problems. We would love to hear them. We want to know. Everyone's oh, we've got time. We're going over time. You want to? Here we go. We've got it. We've got the story.
Oh shit.
So I got engaged at 21 to a woman I met when I went to work out in America. She seemed lovely and everything. Her dad was a scary, real CIA guy where his file is covered in black ink. So I was planning the wedding, generally getting married because we were in love and not a green card ordeal. So I got to the day and I'm about $8,000 down at this point, going down the aisle, vows ready, and deadbeat. And the deadbeat tattoo artist that she cheated on me with was invited. I was invited to the wedding.
Yeah,
testified to the wedding.
Okay, but now I'm her dad's best friend. Wow!
So he got up and objected. This tattoo guy, he got up and objected to the wedding.
That is amazing.
Did you get married
shit.
still, dogs?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Now I think I'm her dad's best friend.
Well, yeah, they could just be friends, but fuck her,
Wow, that's interesting. Thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
We never get anyone on.
Yeah,
we never
really.
Hold
Oh
on.
my god.
Oh. Hey, I haven't seen her since the wedding day. She ran off.
Wow.
Wait, with the tattoo guy?
Tattoo guy?
Did she run off with the tattoo guy? We've got to know. This is great. I love feedback. We were going to end,
Yeah.
but I have to know.
Yeah, I need to
That's
know.
amazing. That's
Oh
amazing.
my god. Ran off with
I'm
the
shook.
tattoo.
I'm shook by that.
Yeah,
This
really.
is the kind of wedding. This is the kind of wedding
Like
I'm
a
gonna
real
watch.
life Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I'm gonna, oh,
Yeah.
girl. That's great. Well,
Like, I love you.
thank
Like,
you.
what?
Thank you for our, as I was just
know.
saying, thank you for our input. I love it when
Yeah,
people
really.
put their stories in. We might have to make a clip of that and put it up. Viewers can share their stories and put it forward. That is amazing. Well, we hope you have a happy life now with your best friend of your former wife's dad, I guess.
Yeah.
Shows how weird and wonderful the world is, right? Everything is strange, and this is why we need uncensored radio, so we can all get out of this dirty game alive. So I think Wedding Woes Part 2 is definitely on the way, right? We're going to have to do more of this. Thank you for joining us today, Christina. Yes. Yeah, thank you for joining us, Vera. Thank you, Dogsy, for our beautiful last minute surprise story. I need to know more. Please keep sending us more information. And we will see you guys again soon on Uncensored Radio. Make sure to check out the live show on Thursday. We'll be back next week with something special if you're a fan of romantic comedies with assigned seating. We'll see you soon. Bye. Wait for it. Cliffhanger ending. I'll be back with my 2 other stories.
Oh my god, there's more.
Make sure you like and follow our page.
Uncensored Confessions. Do that.
Make sure, I don't think they care, but make sure you follow our page because we want to hear those stories.